Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you guys there. I was just checking out the NBC World Series' new app. You can find this app at the App Store. All you need to do is type in NBCWS to be caught up on all things NBC World Series.
NBC World Series, it all happens here.
Batting third and play third base will be number 6, Kyle Bowe. Batting fourth and play left field will be number 10, Landon Riker. Batting fifth and play first base, number 23, Brendan Hancock. Batting sixth and DH, number 24, Ken McCormick. Batting seventh and play right field, number 3, Henry King. Batting eighth and catching, number 2, Garrett Freda. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 14, Cody Banks. And pitching for Seattle will be number 9, David Benson. Managers and coaching staff for the Studs. Head coach Barry Hayden, assisted by Benson, Remington, Jimmy, and Porter.
And hello, everybody. It's baseball time in Wichita, 84th edition of the NBC tournament presented by Westar. I'm Todd Hook along with producer, director, engineer Chris Worrell and Vern on the cameras today. Game 2 of the day between the Texas Lonestar, they will be the visiting team, and the Seattle Studs. Here's how Texas Lonestar will go. Ryan McPhail will lead it off. He will be in center field. Sean Denny will be over at second base. He will hit second. Hitting third will be Joe Davis over at first base. And in the cleanup spot, Mitchell Caskey. He will be over at third base. And Ronnie Bailey will hit fifth. The designated hitter, Jesse Rubinet, will be in left. He will hit sixth. Hitting seventh will be Chase Salinas. He will be in right field. Alex Corbin will hit eighth. He will be over at shortstop. And rounding out the order for Texas Lonestar is Leighton Burge. He will be doing the catching. Lonestar is 0-1 in championship week. They lost to Santa Barbara 18-5 on Saturday. Actually, that was Friday. Defensively for the Seattle Studs, left to right in the outfield, Riker, Savage, and Cheney. Bowe over at third base, Wolf at shortstop, Banks over at second base, Hancock at first base. Breda will do the catching. And on the mound out of Virginia Commonwealth will be David Benson. Numbers for him, he has been in 8 games this last summer. He had 7 starts, 37 innings of work. Gave up 28 hits, 4-0 on the season, 38 strikeouts, and a very, very stingy earned run average, 0.72. So that's what the Lone Star is up against. Here is Ryan McPhail out of Austin, 0 for 3 in game 1. And that one swung on and fouled back. Just underway, 11 minutes past 2 o'clock here in Wichita, which will be Central Time. And the 0-1, that is skied to center. Savage back into his right, near the warning track, and he will haul it in for out number 1. McPhail gave it a ride, but he will come up empty. So 1 out in the inning. Here is Sean Denny. He is also out of Austin, right-handed hitter. 1 for 2 in the game against Santa Barbara. Playing second base today. Temperature 93 degrees here in Wichita. Wind is blowing out of the south at 17 and gusting to 25 to 30. So just how we like it here in Wichita. 0-1 to Sean Denny. That's on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes now to the second baseman, Denny. And that's wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Game 2 of 4 today. San Diego Stars took care of the Clarinda A's 16-8. That is swung on and missed. Good change of pace from Benson. And that'll do it for Denny. That'll bring up Joe Davis. Joe playing at first base today. He was 0 for 2 in game 1. He's out of Austin also. And the first pitch. That is fouled back. Good fastball at 87 from Benson. And he's ahead in the count, 0-1. Wind blowing straight out to left. And will be a factor on some pop-ups, I just guarantee it. That just missed outside. Pretty good spot from Benson, but off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. We have a great view of in and out up here. We're right above home plate. Up and down, not so much. But it's not going to stop us from speculating. 2-1 now. Joe Davis hitting in the 3 spot, just underway. In the top of the first. And a 2-1. That is through the left side for a base hit. That is a 2-out base hit for Joe Davis. He is aboard here in the top of the first. So Lone Star with something cooking here with 2 outs. That'll bring up the cleanup guy, Mitchell Caskey. Caskey, the third baseman today, out of Houston. One for three in Friday night's game. And that swung on and missed. Looks like Benson may have taken a little bit off of that. He's ahead 0-1. So Benson has been ahead of the hitters so far. Very quick to the plate. That's in there on the inside corner. 0-2. Not exactly a slide step. He's just very quick to home plate out of the set position. Not a tremendous lead for Davis over there. I don't think he's a tremendous threat to the run, but that is on the outside corner, and Caskey is going to go down looking for out number 3. So we have played a half. No score from Wichita. We will be back for the bottom in just a moment.
Guess how much I got this seat for? Only $5. Yes, $5 because of our $5 baseball nights. And our $5 baseball starts Sunday, July 29th and goes till Thursday, August 2nd. And then we will have our final $5 baseball night on Tuesday, August 7th. So make sure to go pick up your $5 baseball vouchers at Goodwill and Quick Trip in the Wichita area.
Thanks everyone involved with this year's World Series for the positive energy that you provide. Lonestar Energy, taking energy to heart. Defensively for Lonestar at first base number 99, Davis, second base number 6, Denny.
And welcome back. Here's how the studs will go. We're in the bottom of the first. Connor Savage will lead it off. He will be in center field. Colin Wolf will play shortstop and bat second. Kyle Bowe will hit third and play third base. In the cleanup spot will be Landon Riker. He will be in left field. Brennan Hancock will hit fifth. He will play first base. Ken McCormick will be the designated hitter and hit sixth. Hitting seventh, Henry Cheney. He will play out in right field. Garrett Bretta will do the catching. And rounding out the order will be Cody Banks. He will be at second base. Defensively for Lonestar, left to right in the outfield, Rubinet, McPhail, and Salinas. Caskey over at third, Corman. Shortstop, Denny. At second base, Davis. At first, Burge. Behind the plate and on the mound, Tristan Bayless. And the first pitch to Connor Savage. That's inside, almost hit him. And that got a piece of the umpire. Looks like Burge will go out and talk to him. Looked like he might have been crossed up on the pitch. Sometimes the umpire will insist on going out there. At least when I called balls and strikes, I said, go out there and get things straightened out. And I think that's what they're doing. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm thinking we ought to have an intercom in this game. They do it for the NFL. Why not baseball? Just a thought. And the 1-0. That is right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Good fast ball at 90 from Bayless. Bayless out of Hutto. I think I'm saying that right. 6'2", 200-pounder. That is bounced to the left side. Corman will get it on the big hop over to first. Throw is high. That pulled Davis off the bag. And Savage will be aboard on the air. So not a good start defensively for Lonestar. I'm not sure Seattle's a team you can give them 4 outs an inning and have some success. Here is Colin Wolf. 2 for 3 in game 1. Hit .360 in the regular season. Shows bunt and takes a ball. Seattle Studs out of the Pacific International League. Very competitive league. And Wolf shows bunt again. Foul. You need to remind those guys to get the bunt down, then run. If it's a straight sacrifice, that's what we're doing. Lost art at times. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shows bunt again. That is much better down the first base side. And Bayless will field it and apply the tag, but the job is done. So credit Wolf with a sacrifice and one out. So Savage down to second base. He is in scoring position for the 3-hole hitter Kyle Bowe out of Western Oregon University, playing third base today. And the first pitch is in there for a strike at the knees. Had a good regular season, hit .385, but he's 0 for 4 in the tournament. And the 0-1, that is into right field. Coming hard is Salinas. He will make the grab. Good jump by Salinas, and that's out number 2. Two outs, cleanup guy, Landon Riker. 2 for 5 in the tournament out of Vanguard University. He will step in from the right side, hit .396 this last summer. So good season for him, and he takes a strike. Good movement on that fastball from Bayless. Appreciate all you folks in the Pacific Northwest tuning in. Hopefully we'll describe a decent ball game for you. That is to the left side. Caskey will cut it off over to first in time. So the Studs are going to strand one, and we have played an inning. Still no score from Wichita. We will be right back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
And welcome back. Top of the second we go. Still no score from Wichita. 5, 6, and 7 for Texas Lonestar. It'll be Bailey, Rubinet, and Salinas. Benson out for his second inning of work. Faced 4 hitters in the first. Struck out a couple. Here is Ronnie Bailey. And he fisted the first one foul. Bailey out of Georgetown, Texas, 5'11", 210-pounder. 0 for 2 in championship week, and that's in there for a strike. And Bailey in the hole, 0 and 2. "13 pitches for Benson in inning number 1. That is bounced to the third baseman, Bowe. He's up with it. Over to first, pretty easy for out number 1. So only 13 pitches for Benson in inning number 1, and that will put a smile on any pitching coach's face, that's for sure. 1 out now in the inning. Here is the left fielder, Jesse Rubinet, out of Austin. He will step in from the left side, and that's a fastball just missed on the outside corner, ball 1. Rubinet out of Houston. And the pitch, that is squirted through the left side for a base hit, so Rubinet is aboard. Good piece of hitting there by the left fielder, and he is down to first base with just 1 out. That'll bring up Chase Salinas now. He is in right field today, 1 for 2 in championship week out of Marble Falls. And swings at that one and misses, strike 1. 5'10", 175-pounder. He will be a sophomore. 0-1. That is foul down the left side into the seats. It is mutt and mitts today, so bring your dog to the ballpark. Seen several on the way in. Nothing better than baseball and dogs. Just saying. 0-2. That is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Please take care. The concrete is very warm, so take care of those feet. And take care of yours too. 1-2. That is bounced foul. Be sure you bring plenty of water for your pooch. And you can get $3 Bud Light drafts till 6 o'clock. I guess your dog could have one too, but I don't know if you'd let him drive after drinking, I'm just saying. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is outside. 2-2. Top of the second, still no score from Wichita. Game 2 of the day. 2 of 4. I'll have the next one to you. That'll be Santa Barbara and Dodge City. And a pickoff play at first. Pretty close, but he's back in there. That'd be Rubenette. So I'll have Santa Barbara and Dodge City for you right after this one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch. That swung on and missed, and that'll do it for Salinas.
Don't strike out other HVAC companies. Go to www.midwest.
Third strikeout of the ball game for Benson. And here is Alex Corman.
Number 12, Alex Corman.
Corman out of Georgetown. He is the shortstop today. And he tries to check his swing. That's a strike. I think he probably went around anyway. 0-1. Lonestar survived pool play in the first week, and they advance on to championship week, and they are 0-1. And the pitch just missed high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good change of pace there from Benson. Just didn't hit his spot. Benson out of Virginia Commonwealth. Out ahead of that one, bounces it foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We will also have the Home Run Derby Finals tonight at 6:30. So you don't want to come out for that. And the 1-2. That is into right field, and Cheney is there. He will haul it in for out number 3. So Lone Star is going to strand a runner. We have played 1.5, and we go to the bottom of the second. Still no score from Wichita. We'll be right back.
Hey, make it out every Friday of the NBC World Series this year. All college students will get free admission into the NBC World Series and will be offering $3 16-ounce Natty Light cans.
In your program for details.
And welcome back. Bottom of the second we go. No score from Wichita between the Studs and Texas Lone Star. 5, 6, and 7 scheduled for the Studs. It'll be Hancock, McCormick, and Cheney Here is Brennan Hancock out of Bellevue Community College. He'll step in for the left side. First look at Bayless. He is 1 for 4 in the tournament. That was right down the middle, so soft stuff early from Bayless. No balls and a strike. And the 0-1. Right down the middle, same place. And it's 0-2. Good year for Hancock at 307 in the Pacific International League. And that's high and away. Ball 1. Only took Bayless 10 pitches to get out of inning number 1. So pretty efficient. 1-2 is bounce foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Nobody on, nobody out. That is on the outside corner. Good spot for Bayless. Paints the outside corner for out number 1. Well, the first strikeout of the ball game for Tristan Bayless. Bayless had 1 inning of work the other night. He threw 1 inning, struck out 1. So came in relief. Here is Ken McCormick. And he takes a pitch low and away. Ball 1. McCormick out of Everett Community College. And that's low. He is hitless in the tournament. McCormick in the designated hitter spot. Hit .333 this last summer. That is fouled straight back. 2 balls and a strike now to Ken McCormick out of Bellevue, Washington. 6'1", 225-pounder. That is fisted to the shortstop. Corman up with it on a big hop. Plenty of time over to first for out number 2. And with 2 down, here's Henry Cheney. He is the right fielder today out of the University of Portland. 197 regular season, 0 for 2 in the tournament. So he's looking for his first base hit since arriving in Wichita. That's foul back, 1-1 now. Out of Gig Harbor, Washington, 6', 200-pounder. Hefty fellers on this Seattle club. And the 1-1, that is foul back. That got a piece of Birch. Knocked his mask off. So the umpire will walk a new ball out to Bayless. That'll give Birch time to figure out where he's at. Catchers are tough customers. They take a lot of abuse, and they're in on every play. And 1-2 is high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind continues to blow out to left. That is off the hands, foul. Umpire with some new baseballs, and we're ready to go. Cheney, the right fielder, the 2-2. That missed low. That'll run it to full. Bayless with an opportunity to get the studs in order. And a 3-2. That is popped down the right side. Davis giving chase. Long run. He won't get there. And it'll be 1 hop and out of the park. A lot of foul ground here at Lawrence Dumont Stadium to cover. Big ballpark too. 330 down the lines. 385 in the alleys. And 400 to straight center. Or in my case, a driver and 7-iron. So a big ballpark, but it'll play a little smaller today with the wind blowing out. Here's the 3-2. It's in the dirt, and a 2-out walk will be issued to Henry Cheney. Cheney is aboard with 2 outs. That'll bring up the 8-hole man, Garrett Bretta. Bretta doing the catching today out of Western Oregon University.
to the catcher number 2, Garrett Breda.
1 for 3 in game 1, 2-14 in the regular season. He will step in, get his first look at Bayless. And first pitch swinging, a hot one hopper to Caskey. He stays with it over to first in time. So the Studs are going to strand one, and we have played 2. Still no score from Wichita. We will be right back.
They scored no runs on no hits.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
Proceeds will help send a bid to D.C.
And we're back top of the third we go. Still no score from Wichita. Game 2, Texas Lonestar and Seattle Studs. 9-1 and 2 for Lonestar. Burge, McPhail, and Denny. First pitch to Leighton Burge. That is bounced to the second baseman. And Banks will back up and get it on the hop in time for out number 1.
Center fielder number 5, Ryan McPhail.
Turn the lineup over here in the top of the third. Top of the order, Ryan McPhail, 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center in the first. And that's high, ball 1. McPhail 0 for 3 in championship week, actually 0 for 4 now. And 1-0. That is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good location for Benson. 28 pitches through 2 innings of work. Sure he will be happy with that. That is in there at the knees. Off-speed pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2. That is grounder to the third baseman. Bo up with it over to first. And got McPhail by a step. McPhail runs very well. Made that very close. And there are 2 outs.
Sean Denny.
So 2 outs. Here's Sean Denny out of Austin. 1 for 3 in championship week. 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first. And an off-speed pitch floats outside. Ball 1. And the 1-0, that is outside again, 2-0. Don't believe I've ever saw Benson miss that much. 2 pitches in a row. Denny out of Austin. And a 2-0. That's in there at the knees. 2 balls and a strike. Denny 5'10", 175-pounder. He will be a junior. And a 2-1. That is bounced foul. That was in on his hands. 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nobody on. First 2 guys retired in order. That is lifted to center. Looks like Savage right there in his tracks. He will haul it in for out number 3. And Lonestar goes in order. And we have played 2.5. We still are scoreless from Wichita. We will be right back.
2.5.
The wait is over. The multi-platinum award-winning duo Sugarland back on tour for the first time in 5 years. Still the same 2018 tour. Saturday, August 18th at Entrust Bank Arena. The undeniable distinctive sound of Sugarland with special guest Frankie Ballard and Lindsay L. Tickets are on sale now at selectaseat.com. Get ready for Sugarland.
And welcome back. Home half of the third we go. No score between the Studs and Lonestar. So 9-1 and 2 for the Seattle Studs. It'll be Banks, Savage, and Wolf. Banks, the 9-hole man, get his first look at Bayless. Bayless 28 pitches through 2 innings. And the first pitch to Banks is low, ball 1. Banks 257 in the league this past summer. And he has yet to record a hit here in Wichita. He's out of Big Bend. And a 2-0. That's in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Studs come in 43-6 overall, 19-2 in the league. So a very good season for them. Swung on and missed. And strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. Still no score. That's high, 3-2. Banks batting in the 9 spot. He is over at second base today. And a 3-2. Just missed. Must have been low, but it was right down the middle. And Banks will be aboard. So Bayless walks the 9-hole man and the leadoff man all in one. Top of the order. Connor Savage reached on an error in the first. He's 0 for 1. Shows bunt. That's back to the pitcher. Over to second. They will get the leadoff man, and that's all they will get. So good play by Bayless. That bunt came right back to him. So Savage will reach on the fielder's choice.
Number 28, Colin Wolf.
And Banks is erased. So 1 out now in the inning. Here is Colin Wolf out of Tacoma Community College. And the runner goes. And no throw.
That stolen base was sponsored by Sam's Club. Don't forget stopped by Sam's Club Booster.
So Savage will steal it. He is at second base and in scoring position with just 1 out. Looks like they caught Lonestar a little off guard there. Not sure why, but that is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Home half of the third. 1 out, a man at second base, and that's high. 3-0. So Bayless having a little command issue after cruising through the first 2 innings pretty much unscathed. Bird's out to talk to him. They're gazing out towards center field, probably contemplating the true meaning of all of this. Umpire breaks it up, and it's 3-0. about what's coming up later. Tomorrow is Family Night Superhero Cape Giveaway. And it's also National Root Beer Float Day, so half-price root beer floats tomorrow. Tomorrow is presented by Midwest Transplant Network and KFDI and Goodwill. Nobody getting loose in the Lonestar bullpen, so I think this is just a pep talk. Umpire out to see what the deal is. Conference is over. And Tuesday, $5 baseball. And 2 for Tuesdays. You can get a hot dog and a Pepsi for $2. Here is Kyle Bowe. First and second, just one out. Technically, Bayless 1 pitch away from getting out of it. And a pitch, that's high and away. That is 4 in a row by Bayless. Actually, 5 in a row. Bowe 0 for 5 in the tournament. And the 1-0. That's right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good strike at the knees from Bayless. One ball, 1 strike. That is into left center. That'll get down. Maybe split the outfield. Run around third. It's cut off. 1 run will score. Here they will hold the trailing run. So that'll be Savage. He will score the first run of the ball game. And the Studs lead it 1-0. Wolf into third. And Bowe in there with a double. Credit him with an RBI. And the Studs strike first. Here in the bottom of the third, they lead it 1-0. Second and third, just 1 out. Bayless got behind an account and had to come right to him. Here is Landon Riker, 0 for 1 today. And takes a pitch high, ball 1. Riker bounced out to the left side in the first inning. 2 for 6 in the tournament. Off-speed pitch. That is right down the middle. Good breaking ball from Bayless. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, second and third. And that's wide. 2-1. 2 walks in the inning for Bayless. 2-1. That is up the middle for a base hit. 1 run will score. And the throw in is cut off. So up with it very quickly is McPhail. Threw a strike to the cutoff man. And it's 2-0 Studs. So Bowe down to third. Riker in there with his first base hit. He's 1 for 2. Riker would have been at second if the cutoff man would have been missed. So there you go, boys and girls. Very important to hit the cutoff man. Here is Bremen Hancock. First and third, 1 out. That's in the dirt. And everybody will move up. So Bowe will score on the wild pitch. And Riker down to second base. 3-0 now Seattle. Lots of Seattle faithful here, either from Seattle or they have just jumped on the bandwagon. So lots of noise being made over there. Bremen Hancock. He is ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. Out of Bellevue. And the 1-0, high and in, almost hit him. 2-0. Burge out to talk to him. Still nobody getting loose in the bullpen. Umpire's going to go out there and see what's shaking. What do you say when you go out there? I sincerely doubt it's not like Bull Durham. And maybe it is. I don't know. 2 balls and no strikes to Bremen Hancock. 1 for 5 in the tournament. Had a good season. Hit .307 this last season. And it's 3-0. Gotta wonder if he'll be taking here or they're going to turn him loose. And it's high and away. That's walk number 3 issued by Bayless. So first and second, 1 out. Here is Ken McCormick. McCormick, the designated hitter out of Everett Community College. 0 for 1 today, bounced out to the left side in the second. And he takes an off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Hitless in the series, so McCormick still looking for his first base hit in Wichita. That is high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. First and second, still 1 out. And the 1-1 floats high and away. 2 balls and a strike. So command and issue for Bayless. 26 strikes, 23 balls. Got through the first 2 innings in 28 pitches, so very admirable performance there. Things have fallen apart here in the third. That is bounced to the shortstop. He will step on it over to first and will complete the double play. So the Studs leave 1. They get 3. We've played 3 from Wichita. Seattle 3. Texas Lone Star nothing. We'll be back.
Bottom half of the third inning for Seattle. They scored.
Leonard Skinner, last of the Street Survivors, Farewell Tour. Saturday, September 29th in Trust Bank Arena. With special guest, the Marshall Tucker Band, Leonard Skinner, on their final tour ever. Tickets are on sale now at selectaseat.com, the venue box office, or charge by phone. Leonard Skinner, playing in Trust Bank Arena one last time.
Leagues, tournaments, and organizations nationwide. You can buy Diamond online at diamondsports.com.
Welcome back. Top of the fourth we go. Lone Star with some work to do. They now trail the Studs 3-0. 3, 4, and 5 for Lone Star. Davis, Caskey, and Bailey. And the first pitch to Joe Davis in there for a strike. Davis 1 for 1 here today. And he's 1 for 3 in championship week. That fastball misses outside. 1-1. Davis out of Austin. Over at third base today. And the 1-1. That is squirted foul out of play down the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Got Benson at 38 pitches through 3 innings, so he has settled in nicely. Got Lone Star in order in the third. And the 1-2. That is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now. That is up the middle. That'll get through there. So Davis 2 for 2 today. And he is aboard with nobody out. So Lone Star trying to counter by putting the leadoff man aboard. Cleanup guy time now. Here is Mitchell Caskey.
Davis records his second hit of the game. Brings up the third baseman, number 2, Mitchell Caskey.
Caskey rubbing his hands around home plate area. I'm not sure what he's looking for. There's no dirt there, young man. And the pitch just missed outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Lawrence Dumont Stadium, all artificial surface except pitcher's mound. Ball and no strikes. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. Like a little change up there from Benson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Caskey struck out in the first. He is 0 for 1. That is a good slider in there for strike 2. Boy, had Caskey fooled on that one. 1-2. And that's high. Oh, rung him up. Guess I shouldn't get a little anxious, so Caskey not too thrilled with it. Like a pitch about at the letters. And there's 1 out, so I got a little ahead of myself. My apologies. 1 out now. Here is Ronnie Bailey. That's inside, just missed. 4th strikeout for Benson. He has surrendered a couple of hits through 3 1/3. And that is bounced to the right side. They will get 1 at second. Back to first in time. So the Studs will turn it to get out of the inning. And 3 1/2. Studs 3, Lone Star nothing. We'll be right back.
Top out the 4th inning for Lone Star. They scored no runs. 1 hit, no error, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3 1/2 innings of play, it is the Seattle Studs 3 and Lone Star Texas 0. Raymond Harry Dumont is the founder of the
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
Welcome back. Home half of the 4th we go. All Studs. They lead at 3 0. They got 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom 3rd of the order. 7, 8, 9 be Cheney, Bretta, and Banks. First pitch to Cheney. Swung on. Bounced to the right side. And Denny up with it. And 1 pitch and 1 out.
catcher number 2, Jared Breda.
1 out. Here's Bretta. Catcher 0 for 1 today out of Western Oregon. 1 for 4 in the tournament. Bayless struggled a little bit with command last inning. Threw 26 pitches in the 3rd. That is in there for a strike on the inside corner. Good spot by Bayless. 0-1. No balls and a strike high. And that's 1-1. Cheney led it off and bounced out to the right side. 1 out. That is into right field. Salinas makes a couple of steps to his right, and he'll haul it in for out number 2.
Second baseman number 14, Cody Banks.
So 2 down now. Here's the 9-hole man, Cody Banks. started that long inning in the third by drawing a walk. And that misses outside, not by much. So that's just exactly what Bayless needs. He needs to be able to get the studs in order, keep his pitch count down, and that's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 54 pitches through 3 innings. He was cruising along until the third. That is high. 2 balls and a strike. And a 2-1, high and away, 3-1. So he is just about to walk Banks and the 9-hole man for the second inning in a row. And a 3-1. That's right down the middle. Good fastball at 87 from Bayless. 3-2. Here it is, inside. And he'll walk Banks. So Banks walks for the second time today. He is down there with 2 outs. So Bayless has walked a 9-hole hitter twice. And probably the pitching coach on suicide watch, be my guess. Top of the order, Connor Savage. That is in there at the knees. 0-1. Bayless needs a quick one. And the pitch, that is off the hands. Little grounder to the shortstop. Second baseman not there. And he will have to go to first with it, but no harm. We have played 4. Studs still lead at 3-0. We'll be back.
Never-ending summer featuring 311 and the Offspring. September 9th in Trust Bank Arena. With special guest Gym Class Heroes. Tickets on sale now at selectaseat.com or by phone at 855-755-SEAT. 311 and The Offspring in concert.
Top of the 5th we go for Lonestar. They trail at 3-0. 6, 7, and 8 scheduled. Rubinette, Salinas, and Corbin scheduled. Benson out for inning number 5. 49 pitches through 4 innings, so he has settled in nicely. He has done everything out there but put up furniture. Rubinette will step in. He is 2 for 3 in the tournament. He takes a pitch outside. Rubinette singled in the second and was stranded. He's out of Austin. And that misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And a 2-0. That's high, 3-0. We will see if Benson can get back healthy in this count. Only 2 hits so far for Lonestar. That is fouled to the left side, so they turned him loose with 3-0. So 3 balls and a strike. He might have swung at ball 4. We will see how it plays out. Here's the 3-1. That is a little soft liner. Caught! No, not caught. That was a fantastic play by Wolf. He was ranging far to his right, laid out. And it looks like he caught it, but the umpire says he didn't. No argument from anybody, so I guess it was in and out of the glove. So Rubinette with his second base hit of the ball game, he is aboard with nobody out. Here is Chase Salinas. Right fielder today, 0 for 1. Strikeout victim in the second. Shows bunt. And it's bunted foul straight back here. Not high enough for us, though. Still waiting on that souvenir. 3 years running, no action. These hands do have a shelf life. 0-1. And that is to the left side, foul, so he's a little tardy on that one, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Salinas out of Marble Falls. 1 for 3 in the tournament. Rubenette over at first base on a base hit. And the 0-2 misses wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lonestar lost to Santa Barbara 18-5 on Friday. Throw over. And Rubenette back in there. No stolen bases for Lonestar in game number 1. That is a tentative swing. And he'll go down. So that's all for Salinas. He strikes out for the second time today. So 1 out in the inning. Here is Alex Corman out of Georgetown. 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 in the tournament. Flew out to right field in the second. And he waves at a pitch outside the strike zone, 0-1. Rubenette with a leadoff single. Salinas with a strikeout, and you're up to date. 1 out. 3 hits for each club. And they say win around, and it's 0-2. Benson with 5 strikeouts today. And that is bounced foul down the left side. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. And we're in the top of the 5th. 3-0 Seattle. That is into left field, and that'll get out. So that's a base hit for Corman. He's 1 for 2. First and second with 1 out for Lonestar. 9-hole man now, Layton Burge. Bounced out to the right side. He's 0 for 1. Still hitless in the tournament, at least in championship week. Out of Hutto, Texas. That is wide. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 out. First and second for Lonestar. 4 hits for Lonestar, 3 for Seattle. Seattle leads at 3-0. That misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. David Benson out of Virginia Commonwealth. Very stingy ERA this last summer. That is to the right side. And Hancock will step on it, throw to second, and the tag will be applied to Corman, and that's a double play. And we have played 4.5, so Lonestar turned away. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 3-0 Seattle. We'll be back.
Top half of the 5th inning.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
And we're back. Bottom of the fifth we go. All studs. They lead at 3-0. Looks like Bayless is going to be out there for inning number 5. 2, 3, and 4 for the studs. It'll be Wolf, Bow, and Riker. Here is Colin Wolf. 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. And he takes a strike. Wolf 2 for 4 in the tournament out of Tacoma Community College. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. He had a dandy summer, hit 360. That is to the right side. Big hop for Denny. He's up with it, and that'll be all for Wolf. So 1 out, Kyle Bow now. Double drove in a run in the third. He's 1 for 2. 1 for 6 in the tournament, 1 for 2 today. And he takes a ball inside out of Western Oregon University. And a 1-0. That's in there for a strike at the belt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got Bayless at about 72 pitches. That's in there for a strike. We're through 4 and a third. One and 2. That's in the dirt. 2-2. Actually, folks, there's no dirt down there. It's all BBs. But a ball in the BBs just doesn't sound quite right. Here's the 2-2. That is into right field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Bo. He will be aboard with 1 out. That is Bo's second base hit of the ball game. He's 2 for 3. Cleanup guy now, Landon Riker. 1 for 2.
Landon Riker.
3 for 7 in the tournament. And that's high. Ball 1. Wolf let it off, bounced out to the right side. Bo with a base hit. And you're up to date. And a 1-0. That is grounds to the shortstop. He will bobble it, step on it, and that's all he'll get. So Corman thinking 2. Didn't look it in real well, but he will get the lead man. And Bo is retired. So Riker aboard on the fielder's choice. And 2 outs now in the inning. Bremen Hancock now out of Bellevue. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And that's right in there. Good breaking ball from Bayless. And he's ahead 0-1. 2 outs, runner at first base. Home half of the 5th. That just misses outside. 1-1. Hancock out of Everett, Washington. And 1-1. Almost hit him. 2-1. And that's pitch number 80. That is in the dirt, not far enough away for Riker to advance. 3-1 now to Hancock. Good summer, hit 307. And that is in and out of the glove of Burge. And that's a walk to Hancock.
And that's a Wichita Federal unit. Base on balls. Brings up the designated hitter number 24, Ken McCormick.
So 6th walk of the ball game issued by Bayless. Here is Ken McCormick out of Everett Community College, 0 for 2 today. And hitless for the tournament. First pitch to him. That is Foul back, 0-1. That was off the luxury box. Misplayed up there, into the dugout, misplayed there, and it ends up on the field. How do you score that? And the 0-1 popped down the right side, and it'll get out of play. Nope, it won't get out of play. Long run for Davis. He couldn't get there. No balls and 2 strikes to McCormick. .333 hitter in the regular season. 0-2. Floats high. 1-2. That's a good take there by McCormick. Good plate presence. They shade him a little bit towards right field. A lot of room in left center. And that is to center field. McPhail had him played just about perfectly. He will haul it in for out number 3. So we have played 5. And the Studs are going to strand a couple. And they lead it now 3-0. We'll be right back.
Pain, back pain, all kinds of sprains. If your knee replacement aches when it starts to rain, at Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. Concussions, arthritis, carpal tunnel, too, fibromyalgia, Parkinson's, we've got the treatment for you. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. One-on-one sessions with a personal touch. Ask our thousands of patients why they love us so much. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat that.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rain came. Down in the hollow. Playing a new game. Laughing and running. Hey, hey. Skipping and a jumping. In the misty morning fog. Oh, my heart's so thumping.
Top of 6 and top of the order for Texas Lone Star. It'll be 1, 2, and 3. McPhail, Denny, and Davis scheduled. Benson out for inning number 6. He is cruising along. I'm Todd Hook along with Chris Worrell and Vern. We're bringing you all the action. I'll have the next one. Here is Ryan McPhail. First pitch swinging. That is foul down the left side. In and out of the hands of the third base coach. Lone Star trail the Studs 3-0. That is also bounced foul. McPhail in the hole 0-2. 0 for 2 today. And 0 for 5 in championship week. He is out of Austin. And the 0-2 is driven deep. Riker going back near the track. Out of here. That is gone. So a leadoff home run for Ryan McPhail. He drove it out of here. Thought maybe it had a chance to be caught when it was first hit, but not a chance. So a leadoff bomb for Ryan McPhail, and Lone Star is on the board. They now trail the Studs 3-1. So that is Lone Star, or that is McPhail's first base hit of the ball game. Here's Sean Denny. That was an 0-2 pitch, driven out to left center. Denny 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. That is a soft liner just over the head of Wolf at center field. So a base hit for Denny. He's 1 for 3. Lone Star with something cooking here in the top of the 6th. They cut into the lead. They now trail it by 2. Here's Joe Davis. 2 for 2 today. Tough out of Austin. Joe over at first base today. First pitch swinging. And he'll come up empty. Good hack at that one. Two for 4 in championship week. That is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis linebacker material, 6 foot, 230. 1-1. That is off the end of the bat foul. Braden Shields getting loose now. Out of Dripping Springs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that is down the first base line. And Hancock will pick it up, step on the bag for out number 1. So a productive out for Joe Davis. Runner now down to second base.
Dominating the third baseman, number 2, Mitchell Caskey.
1 out now, Mitchell Caskey. 0 for 2 today, a couple of strikeouts. He would like to maybe drive in a run right here, get a base hit all at the same time. They play him straight away and deep, all quadrants. Riker very deep, only about 10 feet shy of the warning track. And that's outside, ball 1. Caskey 1 for 7 in championship week. And here's the 1-0. That's low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 73 pitches for Benson. 64 through 5. Santa Barbara and Dodge City be next. I'll have it for you. And Hayes and Wellington will have the late game. Frank will have that one for you. So 3 balls and no strikes now to the cleanup man, Caskey. And a 3-0 outside, so they were very careful to him. And a 1-out walk issued to Mitchell Caskey. So first and second with 1 out. Looks like Breed out to talk to his pitcher. Third baseman Bo in to add a little bit in the conversation. Here's Ronnie Bailey. After a brief talk with the third base coach, he will step in there. He's 0 for 2. 2 ground outs to the left side. He's out of Georgetown. 0 for 4 in championship week. First and second, just 1 out. And that is inside. Ball 1. Only 1 walk issued by Benson so far, and it comes here in the 6th inning with 1 out. And Benson will step off and start over. Looks like Sam Hellinger getting loose in the Seattle bullpen. And that's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ronnie Bailey. Here's the 1-1. That is to the left side, slow roller. Barehanded by the shortstop, Wolf, over to first in time. So a little bit of indecision on whether Bo was going to cut that one off. But Wolf stepped in and across for the out. 2 outs now in the inning. Everybody moves up 90 feet, second and third. Here is Jesse Rubinette. I misspoke a while ago. Frank will not have the late game. That will be Steve Strain. First pitch swinging is foul down the right side. Rubinette, tough out today. He's 2 for 2. And 3 for 4 in for the week. So a good second half for Jesse Rubinette. And the 0-1 misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rubinette, the left fielder, out of Austin. Here's the 1-1 from Benson. That just missed, low and away. Two and one now to the left fielder. Warm day, 92 degrees, wind blowing out. 2-1. That is fouled back. So Rubinette just gets a piece of it. He will stay alive. Count goes to 2-2. Singled in the second and in the fifth. Stranded both times. Lonestar gets a run here. That is to the right side. They now trail the Studs 3-1. Count remains 2-2, still second and third. McPhail led it off with a solo home run, followed by a hit by Denny, and a walk to Caskey. Swung on and missed, and Benson's going to get out of it. And Lonestar will strand a couple, but they get one. We have played 5.5. 3-1 Studs, and we will be right back.
Join us and help kids learn to walk, talk, and play with their peers by supporting Heart Springs pediatric programs. Heart Springs' 15th annual Pedal Fest bike ride is on Saturday, August 25th. Hop on your bike and pick the ride that's best for you. Pedal Fest has a route for everyone, from a 100K to a 5-mile family ride and 60K gravel ride. After the ride, rest your weary legs with a cold beer, lunch, and some family fun. Go to kwch.com for more information. Join the ride and help make a difference.
And welcome back home. Half of the sixth we go. Lonestar gets a run in the top. They now trail Seattle Studs 3-1. For Seattle, it'll be 7, 8, 9. Bottom third of the order. Cheney, Breda, and Banks. Here is Henry Cheney. He is 0 for 1, and he takes a strike. 85 pitches for Bayless through 5. That was into left center. Over to cut it off is McPhail. And Cheney is aboard with his first base hit of the ball game and the tournament. Here's Garrett Breder, the catcher out of Western Oregon. He is also hitless today, 0 for 2. Did get a base hit in the loss to Dodge City. Shows bunt and takes a strike. So the Studs are going to play small ball. Oh, and 1. And Bayless going to step out and start over. Very quick worker. And the 0-1. That is bounced back to the pitcher. He will think about second, but go to first. And credit Breda with a sacrifice. So Cheney down to second base with 1 out. And 9-hole man Cody Banks now. 2 walks today. Hit .257 in the regular season. Looks like we are going to have a visit to the mound. Nobody getting loose down there in the Lonestar bullpen. Must be just a pep talk. Mitts and Mutts today. We'll have the Home Run Derby finals at 6:30. All of this is presented by Sydney's Pet Resort and Spa and the Kansas Humane Society. Also, bring your dog out. Be sure you have plenty of water for them and take extra care for their sensitive paws on the hot concrete. Conference is over. Runner at second base, 1 out. Here's Cody Banks.
I believe this second baseman, number 14.
Banks out of Duval, Washington. And he's out of Big Bend. First pitch to him is high and away, ball 1. Banks still looking for his first base hit of the tournament. Hit 257 in the league. And the 1-0. That's high and away also. 2 balls and no strikes. Cheney led it off with a base hit. Breda sacrificed him to second, and you're up to date. And a 2-0. That is popped right side. Davis going back. Denny going back. It'll be Denny. And he will haul it in. That'll be out number 2. And Banks still hitless. Top of the order, Connor Savage. Oh for 3 today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third and scored. Did steal a base. And that's a strike right down the middle. Good fastball from Bayless at 87. Home half of the 6th. Studs lead at 3-1. That is to the left side under the glove of Corman. They will send the runner. The throw home. Not in time. And Savage down to second base on the throw. So Cheney will score. That'll make it 4-1. Savage is on with the error. Oh, 4-1 now, Seattle. Here's Colin Wolf. Playing shortstop today out of Tacoma Community College. 0 for 2. And 2 for 5 in the tournament. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. Got to wonder just how much Bayless has in the tank. Got him at about 95 pitches. And the 1-0. That is high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. Studs with a run here in the 6th. They now lead at 4-1. And that is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Braden Shields now getting up to throw in the bullpen for Lonestar. .30. That is in there at the letters, 3-1. Time as called. Bayless likes to work very quickly. And a 3-1. That is in there. That is in there, much to the delight of the Seattle faithful. And a 3-2. That's high and away. And he'll walk him. So Wolf draws his second walk of the ball game, first and second with 2 outs. Here's Kyle Bowe. Tough out today, 2 for 3. Bowe will step in from the right side. Scored a run in the third after a double. Was credited with an RBI. He is out of Western Oregon University. First and second. Off-speed pitch dug out nicely by Burge. And here comes the manager from Lonestar. And I I think this will be all for Bayless. They have made the motion. And we'll let you know who it is. That'll be Braden Shields. 6'3", 200-pound right-hander out of Dripping Springs, Texas. So Shields will come in, take over for Bayless. So Bayless will exit.
Catches pass now, pitching for Lonestar will be number 10, Braden Shields. Shields now all around for the Texas team.
Well, Braden Shields will come in. Two days ago came in and threw 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 6 runs, all earned, walked 3. So command also an issue for Shields, so we will see how he fares. He will come in with 2 outs, runners at first and second. He will pitch to Kyle Bowe. He is 2 for 3. Mitts and mutts today, so if you want to come down this evening, bring your hound, go ahead. Home Run Derby final, 6:30 tonight. Tomorrow's family night, Superhero Cape giveaway, and it's National Root Beer Float Day. Half-price root beer floats. Boy, you can't beat that. All of that presented by Midwest Transplant Network and KFDI, and, of course, Goodwill.
Third baseman number 6, Kyle Bowe.
Shields ready to go. So Bayless will exit after giving up 5 hits. And the first pitch to Kyle Bowe in there for a strike. So walks the issue for Tristan Bayless. 1-1. That is high. 2 balls and a strike. Bowe 2 for 7 in the series. 2-1 is high. 3-1. And a 3-1. That's high, so that'll load him up. So a free pass to Kyle Bowe. And everybody will move up 90 feet. So with 2 outs in the inning, Studs threatening. Here is Landon Riker. 1 for 3 today, reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th and was stranded. And he takes a strike. Good fastball from Shields at 85. And the 0-1. That is lifted to center. McPhail going back. It's over his head and off the wall. That will bounce over the fence. And that is a break for Lonestar. Only 2 runs will score. So Savage and Wolf will score. That makes it 6-1. And that will be a double for Riker. Bowe down to third base. And here's Bremen Hancock. Couple of walks and a strikeout. Second and third. 3 runs across. That is lifted to center. Who will call it? It will be, wow, it'll be Rubinette. We'll call it at the last minute. Almost a catastrophe out there, but their inning is over. We've played 6. Seattle is going to strand a couple, but they get 3. They now lead at 6-1, and we'll be right back.
Pitching for Seattle, number 20, Sam Hellinger. Hellinger down on the mound for the Studs.
And we're back, top of the 7th we go. Lone Star in the hole. They trail it 6-1. New arm for Seattle. Looks like Sam Hellinger will take over for Benson. He went 6 runs, gave up 7 hits, and struck out 6. So he will take over. Hellinger out of Seattle and Gonzaga. 7, 8, and 9 for Lone Star.
Charlie Overstreet.
Pinch hitter now, it'll be Overstreet, hitting for Salinas. And the 1-0 swung on and missed. So Overstreet will hit here in the 7th. And the 1-1. That's inside, almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike. Studs get 3 in the bottom of the 6th. That is to the shortstop. That is mishandled by Wolf. He will pick it up, throw to first, not in time. That will be scored an error. So Overstreet has a base hit. Lone Star trails at 6-1. Here's the numbers for Hellinger. Had 9 games this last summer, 2 starts, 21 innings of work. Gave up 16 hits, and he was 1-0. Struck out 36, and had an ERA of 3.00. So good summer for Hellinger. And he's ahead of Corman, 0-1. Corman 1 for 2 out of Georgetown. And the 0-1 fisted foul. Get out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Overstreet aboard with a base hit. He takes over for Chase Salinas. 0-2. Good fastball at 91 from Hellinger. Just missed outside. 1-2. And that's wide. That'll even it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner at first base. Overstreet with a pinch hit single here in the 7th. 2-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed. And that'll do it for Corman. Corman goes down swinging. 1 out in the inning. Here is Leighton Birch. 0 for 2 today. Doing the catching. Lone Star trails it by 5. Only run came in the top of the 6th. And the pitch, that's low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Hellinger with good velocity. He'll run it up there consistently, 90 and above. And that is squirted foul. That'll be over the top of the beer garden. And out in the parking lot. 1-1. Lonestar on the ropes. They lost the first game of championship week to Santa Barbara, 18-5. And the 1-1, that's in there for a strike. 1-2. Looked like a straight change from Hellinger, and he painted the inside corner. One and two. And fouled it off. Just got a piece of it, and also got a piece of the catcher, Breida. Looks like Breida is okay. Tough customers back there. 1-2. That's high and away. Count even now, 2-2. They play Birch straight away, deep and left. Here's a 2-2 from Hellinger. That is outside. I'm thinking that Birch thought that was strike three. He was thinking about heading back to the dugout. Shortstop Wolf in to talk to Hellinger. And the count is full. Over to first. Overstreet back in there. Overstreet led it off in the seventh with a pinch hit single. Corbin struck out. And 3-2 now to Burge. Here it is. That is inside and low. And he'll walk him.
That is a Wichita Federal Premier base on balls.
First and second now for Lonestar. Top of the order. Here's Ryan McPhail.
They'll bring up the center fielder, number 5, Ryan McPhail.
Solo home run in the sixth. That is Texas's only run of the ball game. He's 1 for 3 today. Out of Austin. Big swing. And he comes up empty. 0-1 now to McPhail, center fielder. Flew out in the first, bounced out in the third, homered in the sixth. First and second. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner. Good pitch from Hellinger. And it's 0-2. Oh, 0-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Throw down to first. Not in time. Close play, though. And McPhail will go down swinging for out number 2. And it'll be up to Sean Denny to keep things moving. Second baseman today, 1 for 3. Strikeout, a flyout, and a single in the sixth out of Austin. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Hellinger painted the black on that one. Wind continues to blow out to left field. 92 degrees. And the 0-1. That is off the hands. That is to the third baseman. He will go the short way, and that'll do it. So Lonestar will leave a couple. We've played 6.5. They still trail Seattle 6-1. We'll be right back.
The city's not just built. It's grown to the needs of people. You make the infrastructure, the muscle, bone, and circulation, so natural to the body of the city that you almost forget they're even there.
And welcome back. A stretch time in Wichita.
Number 24, Ken McCormick.
To the bottom of the 7th. Studs lead at 6-1. And it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Studs. It'll be McCormick, Cheney, and Breda. First pitch to McCormick. It's in there for a strike. Shields out for inning number 2. That is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Home half of the 7th. Inside, 2-1. Two-one, almost hit him. That's 3-1 now. Shields took over for Bayless in the 6th, so this is inning number 2 for him. That is squirted foul down the right side. 3-2 now to McCormick. 0 for 3 today. Couple of bounce outs and a fly out of Everett Community College. And a 3-2. That is low, so a leadoff walk issued to McCormick and the Seattle Studs. Running out of time for Lone Star. Can't afford to have any extra base runners. Looks like we will have a pinch runner. Looks like Matt Zoba out of Woodinville, Washington, will run for McCormick. Here is Henry Cheney. Singled and scored in the 6th. And that is outside, ball 1.
Number 7, Matt Zoba.
Cheney 1 for 2 today with a walk out of the University of Portland. Throw over. And Zoba back in there. And a 1-0. That is wide. So Shields showing us a little different arm slot. He's going to go down to the side a bit. Two balls and no strikes. That is wide. 3-0. Shields has a history of a lot of walks. And he's 1 pitch away from first and second with nobody out. And a 3-0. That's high. And he'll walk him. So first and second. Back-to-back free passes issued by Shields. That'll bring up the catcher, Garrett Breda. 0 for 2 today with a sacrifice in the 6th. He's down to talk to the skipper at third base. First and second. And nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, 6-1 Seattle. They got 3 in the 3rd and 3 again in the 6th. And the pitch shows bunt and takes high, ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Shields in a jam. Shows bunt again. That is down the third base side. Good bunt. Only play will be first base. Shields off the mound quickly. Fields it over to first in time. That's the second sacrifice of the day for Breda. So 1 out now in the inning. Everybody will move up 90 feet. And here's Cody Banks. Second baseman today. 0 for 1. Couple walks. And flew out in the 6th. Second and third. That is inside. One ball and no strikes. 6 hits for the Studs, 7 for Lone Star. That's right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Banks out of Big Bend. that is bounced foul. Banks out of Duval, Washington. 5'11", 175-pounder. He's down on the count 1-2. Chance to drive in a couple right here with a base hit. And the 1-2. That is into center. McPhail over to his right. Makes the catch. The throw home, not in time. So Banks will be credited with an RBI. And Zoba scores. He's in for McCormick. And that makes it 7-1. 2 out. Still have a runner at second base. Top of the order, Connor Savage. Reached on an error and scored in the 6th. Fielder's choice in the 3rd and scored. Did steal a base. He is 0 for 4. 2 for 4 in game 1. And the 1-0. That is bounced to the right side. Big hop for Davis. He will haul it in, step on the bag, and that'll do it. We have played 7. Seattle gets 1. They strand 1. They now lead at 7-1, and we'll be right back.
Mount up, take off, and chase the sun. Experience more of what makes Kansas great. And let K-Tag help you get there. 236 miles of road, endless destinations of wonder. Start your adventure with K-Tag. Get your free K-Tag at myktag.com.
And welcome back. Top of the 8th we go. Time is getting short for Texas Lone Star. They trail it 7-1 to the Seattle Studs. 3, 4, and 5 for Lone Star. Davis, Caskey, and Bailey. And here is Joe Davis. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Davis 2 for 3 out of Austin over at third base today. And Hellinger out for inning number 2. Couple of strikeouts in the 7th. When he came in, he took over for David Benson. And the 1-1 inside almost hit him. And it did. So Davis is aboard with a hit by pitch here in the 8th. So Lone Star has something cooking. Nobody out, a runner on. Here is Mitchell Caskey.
Third baseman number 2, Mitchell Caskey.
0 for 2 with a walk out of Houston. Couple of strikeouts. He is itching for his second base hit of the tournament. That is hot shot to the shortstop. Wolf up with it. Over to second for 1, back to first in time. So Wolf had him played perfectly. And that is a double play. And Hellinger's best friend. So 2 outs in the inning. Here is Ronnie Bailey. Hitless today, 0 for 3. 3 ground outs. He is out of Georgetown. And he takes a pitch high, ball 1. Seattle 7, Lone Star 1. Both clubs with a miscue. 7 hits for Lone Star, 6 for Seattle. Swung on and missed. Good fastball at 88 there from Hellinger. He painted the outside corner with that one. 1-1. And the pitch, that is on the inside corner this time. 1-2. 2 outs on the inning. Davis led it off with a hit by pitch, then Caskey hit into a double play. And the 1-2, high and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hellinger took over in the 7th for David Benson. He went 6 strong innings, gave up 1 run on 7 hits. And the 2-2. That is on the outside corner for strike 3, and Bailey will watch it. So we have played 7.5. Score remains 7-1 Seattle. We'll be right back.
If we really put everything in our name that we do, it would look like this. Professional mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural, telecommunications, civil, transportation, aviation, water, wastewater, energy, land development, planning, field services, survey, geotechnical, materials testing, inspection, 3D scan, air and water balance, engineering consultants.
And we're back out of the home half of the 8th. All studs so far, they lead at 7-1. 2, 3, and 4 expected for Seattle. It'll be Wolf, Bowe, and Riker.
Shortstop number 28, Colin Wolf.
And it'll be the shortstop, Colin Wolf. He'll lead it off. Over 2 today, a couple of walks, but did score a couple of runs out of Tacoma Community College. And that's inside, almost hit him. Shields out for his 3rd inning of work, 25 pitches through 2 1/3. And the 1-0. That is foul back. 3 booths down. One ball and 1 strike. That's inside. Just missed. 2-1. Wolf hit .360 this last summer in the league. That is off the hands. And Caskey goes up to get it. Didn't time his jump as well as he would thought. That was off the hands. And almost came down before it got in his glove. But he'll haul it in for out number 1. One out, here's Kyle Bowe. Western Oregon. 2 for 3 today with a walk and a run scored. So a good day for Kyle. And he takes outside, ball 1. Two for 6 in the tournament. And that's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Shields trying to get out of the inning, give his club another chance to either tie it up or take the lead. 2-0. That's wide. 3-0. Bowe doubled and scored in the 3rd and singled again in the 5th. They play him close to the line in left. It's in there for a strike. Not very deep in center and about average depth in right. They do play him near the line. A lot of room in left center. And a 3-1. That is bounced foul. So 3-2. See if Shields can make a pitch. Or will he issue Bowe his 2nd walk of the ball game? And a 3-2. That is bounced to the left side. Caskey will get it on the big hop. Good play. Over to first in time. So he had to wait on that one. Had to have some quick hands, and that is out number 2. A few adjustments have to be made when playing on the artificial surface. Cleanup guy now, Landon Riker. Couple of hits today. He is 2 for 4 out of Vanguard. And the pitch. A little excuse me swing. That'll be to the shortstop. Corman up with it over to first. Just gets him. Riker runs very well, but Shields gets him in order. We have played 8. 7-1 Seattle. We'll be right back.
And the Lone Star, Texas.
Kansas Gas Service delivers natural gas to many of the companies you know, ensuring they have the energy they need to grow and build strong communities, providing cost-effective, safe, and reliable natural gas for a better tomorrow today. Kansas Gas Service.
And top of the 9th we go. Last chance for Texas Lone Star. They trail it 7-1. Looks like Seattle will go to their closer. They'll bring in Anthony Brady. 24 games for him, 42 innings of work, giving up 25 hits and struck out 66, and has only given up 1.5 runs per game. He will face 6, 7, and 8 for Lone Star, and that's a strike to Jesse Rubinet. 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles and a strikeout out of Houston. So a good day for him. And that's wide, 1-1. Next up, it'll be Santa Barbara and Dodge City. I'll have it for you. And a 1-1. That is low. 2 balls and a strike. Brady, a right-hander out of Idaho Falls and University of Northern Colorado. And a 2-1. That just missed. 3-1 now to Jesse Rubinet. They play him near the line and left, so a lot of room in left center. Swung on and missed, and that'll run it to 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, top of the 9th. Lone Star's out, hit the stud, 7-6. That is to the left side. Shortstop Wolf up with it, bobbles it a little bit, recovers over to first in time to retire Robinette.
Texas fans now Pitch hitting for Lonestar will be number 35, Austin Hinkle.
So we'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be Austin Hinkle. He will hit for Overstreet. Hinkle out of Round Rock, 6'3", 185-pounder, listed as a pitcher. Sounds like they're going to empty the roster. First pitch swinging, that is fouled back. No balls and a strike. Lone Star down to their final 2 outs. They trail at 7-1. Oh, and 1. That swung on and missed. Good fastball at 88 from Brady. Tough to keep that front side in. He does have a tendency to drop down to the side a little. And the 0-2. Swung on, bounced to the left side. Bo up with it, over to first. And that'll do it for Hinkle. So 2 outs in the inning. Here is Alex Corman. 1 for 3 today. Did single in the 5th and was stranded. Flew out in the 2nd and struck out in the 7th. So if he was to get on base, Burge would be next. First pitch, that's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Brady painted the outside with that one. No save opportunity for Brady. Just getting some work in. And that is an off-speed pitch right down the middle, 0-2. So good change of pace from Brady. And Lone Star now down to their final out. 0-2. Nobody on. 2 outs. Swung on and fouled back. So Corman gets a piece of it. He will stay alive. Not too many dogs in attendance that I can see scanning the crowd. Mitts and Mutts Day. 0-2. That is popped foul. So a good battle by Corman.
Is a Legacy Advisors Insurance Agency.
No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brady trying to finish it up. Oh, 2. That is up the middle. That'll get through there for a base hit. So Lone Star not done yet. Corman able to keep his hands back long enough to squirt it through the middle for a base hit. That's his 2nd of the game, and he is aboard with 2 outs.
Deputy the catcher number 23, Leighton Burge.
Here comes Leighton Burge. Hitless today. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. So hitless in championship week. We'd like to end it on a good note. That is low, ball 1. Burge, 6 foot, 180-pounder. He'll be a sophomore. And that is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 to the 9-hole man Burge. Doing the catching today. Two-0 in there. Good pitch on the outside corner from Brady. I'm guessing that Texas Lone Star plays in a place with red dirt from the looks of Burge's bridges. 2 and 1. That is outside. Throw down to first in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Hancock. And 3 and 1. Rubinet let it off. Bounced out to the left side. And Hinkle bounced out to the left side. Corman with a hit. And 3-1 to Burge. That's in there. 3 and 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brady trying to end it. And a 3-2. Runner goes. Swung on and foul. Breda unable to hold on to it. So Corman back to first. And we will start over. 3-2. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that'll do it for Lone Star in the 9th. And that's your ball game. Here are your numbers for Texas Lone Star. 1 run, 7 hits, and an error. And for Seattle, they win it. They get 7 runs, 6 hits, and an error. The win will go to Benson. Bayless will be tagged with a loss. Seattle goes to 1-1 in championship week. Lone Star 0-2. So we'll have Santa Barbara and Dodge City in about 30 minutes. I'll have it for you. Until then, we will see you in a bit.